say x comma y. These are the elements in B. So there is a topic which is called Cartesian product. There is a topic which is called Cartesian product of set. This Cartes is the same person. This is a name of mathematician. Okay, this is the same person when we learned about Cartesian coordinate system. So this is the same person, Descartes. Okay, I told you the name in French, it is Descartes. Okay, so it is in English Cartes, but in French it is not Cartes, it is Descartes. So we write two set here, A cross B, and then we write the set with elements as a pair. Elements as pair. So the first pair will be 1 comma x and the second pair will be 1 comma y, and so on. Another pair will be 2 comma x, another pair will be 2 comma y, and then another pair will be 3 comma x and 3 comma y. So every time you will write the pair within first bracket and then the set within second bracket. So this will be the style, and you cannot change the order. You cannot change the order. So order means the first number will come from the first set. Second number will come from the second set. So it is called ordered pair. Order means serial, and pair, in this case, pair means double element. So every time you will write the pair with order and inside the first bracket. So every element is a pair. In this case, every single element is a pair. Is that okay? Do you understand what I am saying?
Yes, sir.
So you have A cross B. This is the set. If you write B cross A, if you write B cross A, that means B elements will come first. Okay, so the pair will be x comma 1 and then x comma 2 and then x comma 3, and also y comma 1, y comma 2, y comma 3, like that. So the ordered pair will be maintained, and you have 6 pairs, but they are not same. Is that okay? Do you understand? The number of pairs is 6, but they are not same pair. Be careful. 1x and x1. This is not the same thing. This is different, very, very different. They are not equal. So be careful about the order thing. So in this way, you can have another theory. Theory is number of elements in A cross B. Number of elements in A cross B. This will be number of elements in A into means multiply, into number of elements in B. So in this case, this is the formula, this is the theory. So every time it will be correct. Okay. So in this example, you can say that number of elements in A is actually 3, and number of elements in B is actually 2. So if you think about number of elements in A cross B, A cross B means Cartesian product, that will be 3 into 2. So 3 into 2, 6. So we have we have 6 pairs. We have 6 pairs. Okay, that is 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 pair, 4 pair, 5 pair, 6 pairs. Okay, all together 6 pairs. 6 pairs means 6 elements. Okay, that means 6 elements in the Cartesian product. So every element is a pair in the Cartesian product. So be careful. One, if you write 2 is a member of A cross B, if you write 2 is a member of A cross B, that will be wrong. It is not correct. Okay. If you write X is a member of A cross B, it will be wrong. So A cross B will be always with pairs. Okay, is it okay? So you can write 1 comma Y is a member of A cross B. It is possible. It is correct. And you can write Y comma 2 is a member in B cross A. It is also correct. Okay. So A cross B and B cross A, they are not same. A cross B and B cross A will be different set because the elements will be different. So this is the Cartesian product concept. So is this clear? Is this clear to everybody? Any question or it is clear? The concept of Cartesian product.
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if the Cartesian product concept is clear, I can tell you another thing, that is sometimes 3 set can be also used. That is also possible. That is not a problem. 3 set, 3 set like, 3 set like, let me just take another example so that you understand the Cartesian product with 3 set. Say we have another set. We have another set and this is called C. We have another set, this is called C. And the members in C are A, comma, B, comma, C. So this first bracket is not necessary. A, comma, B, comma, C. So this is another set. Capital C is the set name and small c is the member in that set. So these are not the same thing. Capital C is the name of the set and small c is the member in the set. So you can write Cartesian product like B cross A cross C. So what will be the members in this set? If you write B cross A cross C, what will be the member? Tell me, what will be the member?
Sir,
Sir,
X1A.
X1A. It is correct. So one member will be X, comma 1, comma A. It is correct. Because the first number will come from the first set, second number will come from the second set, and third number will come from the third set. So it will be ordered. Ordered in this case, we do not say pair because it is 3. Okay, because it is 3. So if you have 3 member, 3 number, it is not a pair but it is ordered. Okay, so you will write, there is a word you will write it is ordered tuple, ordered tuple. Okay, so in this case it is actually three tuple. Three tuple means three part number. So you can write three tuple. So if you have four set, then four tuple, something like that. So this is the ordered tuple, and another ordered tuple will be x comma 1 comma b. Another ordered tuple will be x comma 1 comma c, and then another will be x comma 2 comma a, and then x comma 2 comma b, and then x comma 2 comma c, and in the same way you have y comma in the same way you will have y comma 1 comma a, and y comma 1 comma b, and y comma 1 comma c, like that. So dot 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 dot. Is that okay? Do you understand? So
Yes,
how many
yes,
elements
sir.
will be in the uh, three set product, three set Cartesian product? How many elements will be in B cross A cross C? The same formula you can apply this formula, that is number of element will be like that. So in this case it is number of B and number of A and number of C multiply together. So all numbers you already know. Number of elements in B is 2, number of elements in A is 3, and number of elements in C is 3. So it will be 18. It will be 18 uh, elements altogether. So here you will have 18 three tuples. Okay, 18 three tuples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. There will be 18 three tuples. Is that okay? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So this is the Cartesian product. Now I can tell you another topic. This is called relation. This is called relation. Another topic. Now let me take two set example that will be better to understand. So two set example, say with uh, with B cross C. Let us take one Cartesian product, two set example B cross C. So the B cross C examples will be XA, XB, XC, and then YA, YB, YC. These are the uh, 6 elements in B cross C Cartesian product. So if I take sum of the elements, if I take sum of the elements from this, say I am taking sum of the elements, that is called subset subset concept. Okay, so what is the subset concept? I am taking sum of the elements, say XA and XC and YB and YC. So if I take sum of the elements, it will be called a subset. Say this is R1. This is R1. Okay. So what will be R1? We will say R1 is a subset of Cartesian product. Is that okay? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Sir, is that I can take any kind of number from here?
Yes. So I can take any number. So any number, I can say R1 is a subset of B cross C, because all the numbers, why it is a subset? Because all the elements in R1 also an element in B cross C. So R1 will be called subset of B cross C. Subset symbol is this, and we can say in this example, we can say R1 is a subset of B cross C. So is that okay, this example? But let me take another example, say R2, and in this case you can take any elements. There is no rule. I am not applying any rule. Just taking some of the elements xb and say xb and yb, and that's it. No more elements. So it is also a subset. It is also another subset. R2 is a subset of B cross C. So do you understand this concept? Is that okay? Or
Sir, you write B cross B.
B cross C should be written. It is B cross C. Yes, you are right. So it is B cross C. So is that okay? The concept of subset?
Yes, sir.
You can take another example. Say R3 is another example that is also a subset. So if you take all the elements, say I'm taking everyone, XA, XB, XC, and YA, YB, YC. So in that case, it will be also a subset. Why? Because the formula or the definition is every element in R3. Okay, so I am writing here R3 is a subset of B cross C because the theory says because every element in R3 is also every element in R3 is also in B cross C. So you can say R3 is a subset of B cross C. This is the definition. This is the theory. So theory says if every element in one set also in the other set, then the first one will be a subset of the second one. First one will be a subset of the second one. So you can ask me the question, in this logic, can you say B cross C is also a subset of R3? Can you say like that? You got my question?
Yes, sir.
Because every element in B cross C is also in the R3 set. So can you say B cross C is also a subset of R3? Actually, yes. Actually, yes, you can say, because this is the theory, this is the definition. So you can say R3 is a subset of B cross C, and also B cross C is a subset of R3. Both are possible here in this example. But can you say B cross C is a subset of R1? Can you say this thing also, B cross C is a subset of R1? Can you say
No,
like
sir.
that? It is not. You are right. So it is not. You cannot say, because B cross C elements are these 6 elements. So they are not actually available in R1. So we cannot say like that. So this is the subset concept. Okay, is it okay, the subset concept?
Yes.
Then I will tell you what is relation. So relation is the subset of any subset of. Relation is actually the any subset of Cartesian product. So this is a term we call relation. This is a term we call relation, and I'm writing here what is relation. So a relation is relation. This is a term, and we call a subset. This is the definition: a subset of the Cartesian product. So Cartesian product, which one? B cross C or A cross B or A cross C? That is depended on the question. I mean, what situation we are working. So that is not a main point. Main point is when the Cartesian product is B cross C, then fine, every subset will be a relation. Every subset will be a relation. So we have got Cartesian product concept, and what is subset concept, and what is relation concept. So relation is just a subset of the Cartesian product. That's it. So R1 is a relation, R2 is a relation, R3 is a relation. Okay, everyone, all the subset will be called relation. So up to this, do you understand everything? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So if I ask you, write the definition of relation, then what you will write?
A subset of the Cartesian product.
Okay, good. So Cartesian product may be B cross C, Cartesian product may be A cross B, Cartesian product may be C cross A. Whatever the Cartesian product we are considering, based on that situation, relation will come. Is it okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Now I will go to the now I will go to the function concept. Now I will go to the function concept. So I am writing the function. So let me just erase this. Then I will take some more examples so that you will understand later. So now let me write what is function. Now let me write what is function. So I am typing this. What is function? Okay. So function is actually a special relation. Function is also a relation, but it is special relation. Every relation is not a function. So function is a special relation which satisfies the following points. Okay, so following points. What are the following points? So I will write 2 points here. So let me write point number 1 is like no element in the left side, no element in the left side will be connected with more than one element in right side. So this is one condition. Another condition will be okay, let me write this condition as number 2. So let me write this condition as number 2 condition. And number 1 condition is no element in the left side will be blank. So this is the second condition, the previous one, and it is the first condition. Okay, so these are the 2 conditions should be maintained or should be satisfied. If it is satisfied, then the relation will be called function. Okay, now I will explain or I will show you what is actually these 2 things. Okay, what is this actually? So you will understand it's not a big deal. Just try to understand that. Okay, that will be enough. So let me take some examples again, so you will understand, and these examples I will give with diagrams so that it is more clear and easy. Okay, so you can take B cross C or A cross B or A cross C, any Cartesian product you can consider, no problem. So let us consider A cross C in this case. Let us consider A cross C. So I am thinking A cross C. I am not taking B now, and I am taking A cross C. Okay. So A cross C is our consideration here, and you can think of relation. Relation can be any subset, right? Relation can be any subset. So say one relation is R1, and R1 is something like this. I'm now drawing. I'm not writing the pairs. The left side set is A, the right side set is C, and the relation is R1. The relation is R1. Okay. So in the left side set you have 1, 2, 3. In the right side set you have A, B, C. Now if one is connected to A and one is connected to B, one is connected to C, and 2 is connected to B, say that is it. So actually what I am writing some pairs. One pair is 1 comma A, another pair is 1 comma B, another pair is 1 comma C, and another pair, the last pair, 2 comma b. So these are the elements in the subset R1. So this is called a relation. Is that okay? Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Everyone understands?
Yes, sir.
R1 is a relation, and this is a subset of A cross C. A cross C will have how many elements? A cross C will have how many elements? Within A cross C, how many pairs will be there?
Sir, 9.
9. So there will be 9 pairs. So from 9 pairs, I am taking four pairs, and this is one relation. It is called R1 relation. Let me take another example so that you can understand. Say another example, R2, and again the left side set is A, right side set is C, and it is again 1 2 3, and it is again A B C. So I am now writing A is going to B, 2 is going to C, and 3 is going to A. 3 is connected with A, 1 is connected with B, like that. So this is another relation, and it is called R2 relation. And if you write the elements, you can write 1 comma B and 2 comma C and 3 comma A. So these are the 3 elements in the relation. The name is R2. Is that clear? The second example is also clear to everyone.
Yes, sir.
So now you tell me what you want to take. Ghulam Rabbani, you tell me what you want to take as the R3 relation. As your wish, you tell me just any example.
Sir, 2 comma B,
2 comma B, okay.
3 comma C,
3 comma C, okay.
and 1 comma A.
1 comma A, okay. So finish, done. Or any
Yes.
more?
That is, sir.
Okay, good. So this is R3. So in the same way, you can think many relations. Now let us come to this function concept. So you will check 2 points here. Everyone is relation, R1, R2, R3. No condition, everyone will be relation. But there is a condition for function. So 2 conditions. One is no element in the left side will be blank. So what do you think? In R1, is there any blank element in the left side?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. 3.
So there is a blank
Yes,
element. So 3 is a blank element. So it is, in that case, it is not a function.
Not
This is
function, sir.
not a function. So think about R2. Is there any blank element in the left side?
No, sir.
So there is no blank element. Think about R3. Is there blank element in the left side?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, so only left side. Do not think about right side, only left side. Okay. So R2, R3 can be, we are not sure, can be a function. We have checked number 1 condition only. Okay, we have checked number 1 condition, and we see R1 is not a not a function. It is relation. Of course, it is relation, not a function. Every relation is okay. There is no condition for relation. So I can write R1 is not a function. Okay, so R2 may be function, maybe not. We need to check the second point. Okay, now let us check the second point. What is the second point? No element in the left side will be connected with more than one in the right side. So left side you start and then you are going to more than one in the right side. If it happens, then this is not a function. Then it is not a function. Now you check. What about R1? Is this possible? About number 2? What about R1? Do you see one element is going to more than one things?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Actually, yes. Actually, yes. So the one element is going to A, B, C. Three things. So A, B, and C. So it is going to more than one elements in the right side. That is why again it is not a function. So think about R2. Think about R2. Is there anyone going to more than one?
No, sir.
If you think about 1, then it is going to 1. If you think about 2, then it is going to 1. If you think about 3, then it is going to 1. So everyone is going to 1, only 1, only 1. So this can be a function. It is a function. Yes, it is a function. What about R3?
Yes, sir. R3 is also a function.
R3 is also a function because 1 is going to one element, 2 is going to one element, 3 is going to one element. So this is also a function. Okay. So we now see that R1, R2, R3 all are relation, but some relation can be a function and some relation are not a function. So relation is a function or not function. It is dependent on these 2 points. One relation is function or not function. This is dependent on these 2 points. So it is the concept. Is that okay now? Do you understand? Now I am showing some examples quickly. Okay, let me just take the same examples here. So one is 1 is 1, 2, 3, and then another is XYZ. So just let me write it here, and all will be function. I am now giving the function examples, type of functions. Okay, so ABC. Okay, let me write ABC. ABC. So you can have this example, what we have done right now. So 1, A is going to A, 2 is going to C, B, 3 is going to B. This is a function. This is a function. Another possibility is there. Let me do this copy, and then it will be easy to tell you. So there are four types of functions. So there are 4 types of functions. One is already that means say for example 1 is going to B and 2 is going to A and 3 is going to C. This is one type. Okay. Another is 1 is going to A and 2 is going to B and 3 is going to B. This is another type. Okay. Another second one is also function. Another one is one is going to A and 2 is going to B and 3 is also going to A. Okay, and there is no C. There is no C in the right side. Say this is another type. Another is 1 is going to B and 2 is going to A and say 3 is, oh, it is already given, 3 is going to A. Okay, so what I can give here, say this one, 3 is not present in the left side. So now you see 4 different types. All are functions. So I can write here, these are the types of functions. So in the types of functions, you see there are 4 types. So there are some names. What are the names? The first one will be called 1 1 1 1, and the last one is also 1 1. Okay, you understand why 1 1? Because one element is going to one element. One element is going to one element. That is why these two are 1 1. And the second one is not 1 1. Why not? Because 2 and 3 are going to one element. So they have 2 elements going to the same. So it is not 1 1. We can write it is it is
2
not
1.
we write not 1 1. That's it. Okay. So maybe 2 1, maybe 3 1, maybe 4 1. So we are writing not 1 1. That's all. So this one also not 1 1. So it is one point whether it is 1 1 or not 1 1. This is one category. Okay. Another category is there. Another second category. It is called onto. It is called onto. Onto means ONTO we write, but it is not onto. It is not the English word. Okay. So what is onto? Onto means there is no blank element in the right side. There is no blank element in the right side. So if you have a blank element in the right side, then it is not onto. So the first and third, they are onto because no blank element in the right side. So you have blank element in the right side in the second, so you will say this is not onto, and you have blank element in the fourth example, so you will say it is also not onto. So there is another category, onto or not onto, and we have 4 different types of functions. So these are the 4 different types of functions. Okay. So another thing I did not tell you, another thing you should know, and then we will finish our class. Another just name, that is left side set is called domain. Okay, so every time left side set is called domain, and the right side set is normally called a range, but I am giving you 2 names. One is called codomain, another is called range. So codomain is the right side set, and it can be also called range, and range means only with the connected elements, only with the connected elements. So if you think about examples here, 4 examples, then you can understand the range is, in this example, say second example, range will be AB only. Range will be only AB. So AB is from the right side, and this is only the related elements, that will be called range. And if you think about ABC, the whole ABC, this will be called codomain. So now you understand the difference. Is that okay? Sometimes codomain and range can be same. Sometimes codomain and range can be same. But domain is the left side set. There is no confusion. So domain is the left side set. Right side set, full set is codomain. Only the used elements, which will be a part of codomain, that will be called range. Okay, so there are 2 names. One is codomain, one is range. So think about this, and that's all. I have finished everything in the chapter. This is the function concept. So I will finish the class today, and if you have question or confusion, we can discuss tomorrow, and then I will start the new chapter. Is that okay? And I will share the recorded class, so you can watch the video also. Then you can ask me if any question you have in the next class. Is that okay for today?
Yes.